Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Allora andiamo entro il cranium capacium, and remember not to sweat the petty stuff. Pet the sweaty stuff. This is a MOTO vlog. Welcome to the two-wheel transient. This is a mountain.
You're calling it the two-wheel transient?
Yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think that's good?
It sounds a little sad.
Why sad?
Because a transient is like, I don't think that person has this nomadic life by choice.
I was going for the alliteration on the T's.
Yeah, sure.
I haven't, well,
It's like you're like a
technically,
drifter.
I kind of am a drifter. I mean, like, I just be on this motorcycle drifting, so.
To me, transient just sounds kind of like it's like a drifter that's like not that happy about it. That's, you know, not to yuck your yum.
For the next 8 days, though, well, no, I guess I am really happy about it.
Yeah.
I haven't technically called it anything yet. That was kind of just working title.
Oh, I see.
So, do you have any ideas?
No.
Say, two-wheel transient's the best option.
Yeah, out of the ones we've said so
no,
far.
originally I was going to go motorcycle morning show, but the original idea for this was to every morning do a morning show live from a different place, like what we're doing right now. But then I heard a morning show podcast, and it was two people that I used to listen to on the radio, and they said, fuck it, we're going just doing podcast. We want to miss this noise. And it sucked.
The podcast
so bad.
sucked.
Yeah, it was really bad. And they're really good at what they do, better than I am at what I do. So I was like, I just had this moment where I realized, like, oh, a morning show podcast is a really shitty idea. Because they just, like, it was like the morning show without the music, without the commercial breaks. And that stuff is like the stuff I never liked, but I think it makes you appreciate the talking a little bit more.
It does make you feel more like, it feels more like a radio show. It makes it feel more like a little bit more of a production.
And it's hard doing it alone. This with you is really helpful, but they weren't alone. They had somebody else.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much just like every day they did the hi, what's up, and then they like did the news, and then they did like they played a game, and they had these people like they had callers, but it was like pre-planned people that they interviewed on Skype.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't work for me, and then that's when I realized that, you know, a mobile morning show, if it couldn't be live, which it couldn't be because we have no cell reception right now, would be a really, really bad idea. So then that's when and you can't call something a motorcycle morning show if it's not a morning show, even though I am on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, and then I was doing the between holes thing, so it was like between wheels, but I was like, nah, I can't do that. That's just like too similar. And I was like, all right, two-wheel transient, because I'm on the move.
Yeah, I mean, it works. I'm here for it if you don't find anything better.
Well, at a certain point, I kind of have to stick with it, right? This is the first thing that I've done.
Or you could call it a different thing every day, and then decide after what it's actually called.
And then just voice dub it.
yeah. And just like captions, like read.
I got an exciting trip coming up, dude.
Yeah, I'll
8
say
days,
so.
6 states.
Some would say like too exciting.
Whoever would say that? What are you talking
Definitely
about?
not you. You would never say that. I feel like there's like a lot packed into not that much time.
Yeah, almost a concerning amount packed into the time that I have.
Yeah.
Which, like, so on the schedule, if let's say it's like a photo op thing, I've scheduled 15 minutes for that. Get stop, photos, back on the bike, on the road in 15 minutes. It took me just 15 minutes alone to set this up.
Yeah, that'll start to come faster. By the like 8th day, you're gonna be setting that stuff up in no time.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And that's honestly why
it'll be over by then. But
I'm happy to have you here as I test this out the first time.
Yeah, hopefully all this is usable.
Well, okay, and that's the other thing. I left the house, right, and I'm like talking, the videos are going, and I'm like everything's jamming. I'm like road trip excited. After 20 minutes, I kind of ran out of stuff to say.
You?
Well, then I realized I'm going to be on this motorcycle for the next 8 days.
Yeah, you're mostly going to be on the bike, right? It's like 5 to 7 hours of riding every day.
Yeah, because I'm not taking a direct route. I'm going from here up to Barstow, which is like meth capital, California, in the desert. I'll be in Barstow probably in 4 or 5 hours from now.
That's crazy.
Which is going to give me time to like decompress, kind of see how this day went, and then like plan ahead, because there will be days where I'm starting at 6, I'm ending at 9, and like it's just like I gotta.
Yeah, I feel like you should check the footage after this one to make sure it's all. You don't want to be in an interview situation
and then realize after the fact.
Yeah, because you're fucked. You can't do it again.
No, you can't.
You gotta just go. You gotta keep going.
Especially because everywhere I'm going, like they think I'm a professional. And I guess I am you know what? I am a professional,
you're
Jack.
Professional.
I'm
Yeah.
just a professional with no experience. It's
Yeah,
like if
and no income. But hey, look, that's what I'm doing.
you sound like every adult I've ever spoken to ever.
Yeah.
You know, okay, actually, can we talk about that for a second? I have a very hard time telling people what I'm doing, because their first question always is, how much money are you making? And I'm not one to ever shy away from talking about money. Like, in the olden days, I know it was not cool.
Yeah.
But, like, I just don't like how I perceive that their perception of my success is directly tied to what I'm making income-wise.
I totally agree. I feel like everyone, no matter where I am, when I tell people like what I do for a living, and I do believe in like the fake it till you make it thing.
Yeah, it's why until we're making money will people not take us seriously?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know what it is. It can be hard to earn like an honest living just trying to be creative. It doesn't feel nice that
no,
people
it doesn't.
never believe it. And fair's
What
fair. Like,
do you do? You bring tables on the side too?
Yeah.
Come on. Why?
I mean, truth be told, I make more of my money from doing audio tech than I do making bass. But I wouldn't be able to play bass if I had a different job that precluded me from putting hours of my day into my instrument.
I just feel like you can't win, because it's either, oh, you're a bass player, like, oh, you making money doing it? And then it's like, no, I'm not. And it's like, oh, you must not be a good bass player. Well, that's not true, one.
Yeah, I'm
but then
pretty good.
The converse is, when I was just in LA not doing any creative stuff and only working at a restaurant, I then had a job that paid money, and when people asked me what I did, and I was like, I'm a waiter, they'd be like, oh, like, what do you want to be? Like, so when I'm doing what I want to do, it's not enough.
Yeah.
And then when I'm
like
just fine. Like, if I'm doing what I want to do and I'm not making money, fine, I'll just go do something where I can make money, so you get off my case about it. It's like, oh, you have so much more potential. It's like, I don't know, man. Who needs anything more than this?
Yeah.
The whole world's going to crash and burn in 10 years, so if all we can do is make it through until then.
Yeah. I don't know. If it all goes belly up in 10 years, like, I'd much rather have spent my time playing bass. It's
that's
like,
kind of what I think, too.
I think that's where we agree on. Like, it's as frustrating as it is to, like, not really be taken seriously, or to not be pulling in enough money to really show other people that this lifestyle is worth it. Like, at the end of the day, I'm, like, waking up and doing work that I care about.
How do you find the value in doing work that you care about? Because I know what I'm doing right now makes me happy and is valuable, but only within my own head. Like, you know what I mean? The second I venture out and tell somebody else, like, all the insecurity and judgment comes on.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I feel like people aren't even judging me for doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So for Sophia's parents, I thought they were thought I was a failure and a wash up, and it turns out like they fully support what I'm doing right now. They love it. But it's just like, when I talk to them, I feel like no matter if you're cool with it or not, I'm gonna take it as you think I'm a failure, which can only mean I think I'm a failure.
Yeah, I think we project that onto other people in a lot of circumstances. I mean, I find less judgment from people in this part of the country than I do where we're from.
But how do you create the value for yourself? Would you say you're at a point where no matter what anybody else says, you can just tune out the haters and you're happy and content doing what you're doing?
I think so. I think it ebbs and flows. My mood changes a lot with the seasons, and my motivations change a lot with the seasons. Spring and summer, as like the world is kind of opening up and people share space a lot again, I feel like I get really excited just to make stuff. That's where the motivation comes from.
But then, there's the practical side of it too, though, where you do need to make money to live, because if you only do creative stuff for you, and sure, you're proud of it, but if it's not making money, you're gonna starve to death.
Yeah, exactly. You'll starve, or you won't be able to have kids, or you won't be able to send them to a school you want to, or something.
I'm not even talking. I mean, those seem like luxuries right now. I'm just talking about like, I would like to be able to afford McDonald's.
Yeah. Right now, I just feel like it's like do enough work that doesn't tie me down, so that I can keep putting hours into the work that I love to do the most, which is playing bass, which is producing, and which is...
That's kind of the mindset of like, it will come, it will come.
Yeah.
But what if it never comes, dude? Like, everybody's always like, if you try your best, you won't succeed, whatever. But there's a real possibility where we're all just failures and it's never gonna work out.
Yeah, it just like, it never comes my way.
And like, honestly, how world revolves around me, am I, or you to think that of course it's gonna succeed for us, because for the vast majority of people it doesn't.
Yeah.
We're more likely to fail than we are to succeed.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like what I butt up against is like how long my patience is. I feel like you are rewarded for sticking around, and you may feel like you were owed certain breaks earlier than you got them, but I do think if you hang out here while everybody else leaves, your name is out there enough where people know to call you and know that you're still there.
Okay, hold on. Can I zoom out for a second and ask you something that's really been on my mind?
Mm-hmm.
If you're sleeping with a dude and you pull down his pants, would you rather see 3 testicles or 1?
3.
Why?
That's crazier than 1 testicle. Like, I can come up with lots of reasons why people may have 1 testicle. I can't come up with any reason why they may have 3.
I guess that's true.
You know?
I think 3 too, but I was going from it. You looked at that in an additive way, but I looked at it in a diminished way. Because I'm thinking if somebody has 1 testicle, that's like cancer. So that's a sad story.
Yeah.
If you have 3 testicles.
What happened there?
Yeah, exactly what you were saying. Exactly what you. The benefits of, but also if it was me specifically, I might have to opt for the 1 testicle. The more I think about it, because think about testicular torsion with 2 testicles, and think about how much your odds increase with 3 testicles.
What is testicular torsion again?
It's when your tubes get twisted up, and then like it cuts off the blood. And
well, I don't need 3. I'm not getting 3 testicles in this hypothetical. Huh?
No, I'm just saying, like, I would rather someone else have 3 testicles, but if it was me, I would rather 1 testicle.
Yeah. I would probably rather 1 testicle,
It's too much.
Ugh.
It's too much. Just imagine, like, your testicles braiding themselves.
Yeah, it feels like it would happen a lot. It feels like it would, like,
Zane got testicular torsion.
Oh.
He said it was the worst pain he's ever been in his entire life. He threw up, and then his balls swelled up to the size of grapefruits. Yeah, right?
Grapefruits, that's such cap. I can't even imagine.
He said his scrotum was fully expanded. No loose skin anymore down there.
Oh.
And he said not years, I'm not going to exaggerate, but like for months afterwards he couldn't come. Because it was just too painful.
That sounds
And when he got to the doctor,
bad.
they said if he had let it go another like 8 hours, he would have lost both of his nuts.
What?
Yeah. You have like 12 hours from the time they wrap to the time that you lose it.
And then do they have to like operate on it?
Yeah, Dad, I gotta cut it open and like twist them back.
So it's Barstow.
It's Barstow.
And then Victorville.
It's Victorville on the way to Barstow, and then tomorrow I'm going to Vegas, and then days 4 and 5 I'm in Utah at Zion National Park, Arches National Park, and Bryce Canyon National Park. I'm also interviewing the mayor of a small town in Utah, and I'm also going to the music studio in Utah.
Nice.
And then days 6 and 7 I'm in Colorado at more barbecue places. I'm at a cherry factory, and right, it should be fun. And I'm at another Black Rim of the Canyon National Park. And then day 8 I go up through Wyoming and get back to Casper.
You have to be so busy.
I got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. A lot of...
God, I hope it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
A lot's riding on this, dude.
Yeah, what does this trip mean for you in terms of like you putting time into podcasts and being able to dedicate this amount of hours to something?
I'm kind of seeing this trip as the point of no return, where at this point I've put so much money into my equipment and I've just like, this is me jumping off of the cliff. And at this point, I'm going to do it until I can either A, make it work, or B, I run out of money in my savings account.
Yeah.
Before, it's like, still, like, I don't know, you can make videos and you can kind of jump off, you can kind of not jump off, but like,
Yeah.
the sheer mass of footage I'm going to have, and then also just like the symbolic gesture of like dumping my money as an investment into the business that I started.
And kind of like just giving it your all. I mean, everyone says like that's what it takes. Like, I hope this is a lesson that this is what it takes.
Because I've tried it before, you know what I mean? Like, I had the salami show, but then like I took a break, and then like, or like when we first got to LA, I was super gung ho, and then I worked at a restaurant for 2 years, didn't really do it at all.
Yeah.
But this to me signifies the point where you can't come back.
When you were putting like 9 hours a day for 5 days a week into like the prep of it, right?
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder if that's the issue with like creative careers and why like it feels like stuff isn't coming your way as fast. Like, if I spend 9 hours a day furthering my music career, like, will it pan out? Will things happen for me faster? I imagine
it'll definitely
they will.
happen for you faster. Because
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about it, like, if let's say you have a full-time job and you can spend 2 hours a day on it, it's going to take you 4 times as long. It'll take you a week to do what you can do in one day if it's all you're doing.
Yeah, right. Then it's just about staying motivated. But yeah, I heard you doing that, and I started practicing my instruments or making stuff 9 hours a day when I heard that's what you were doing in prep for this show. And it does feel really good. It's funny ending a day like that, being tired as if like I had worked like a hard day of paid work for somebody. And it was like fully being unpaid, but also feeling the satisfaction of having.
You do feel the satisfaction after a full day if you're doing it.
That's the hard thing about this type of job too. It takes almost all your time to do it right. And at least in music, I can talk about that. It's a very social industry. And it ends up a lot of the work or the networking that will lead to work happens at the social times. Like, you go to people's houses. I think about my friend Pat. I think about like showing up like and kind of meeting his friends and them kind of eventually tossing me work. Like, that's happened already, and I know that kind of pays off.
It was so hard to focus in LA because where's the line between I'm working and having fun, and then you can never escape, and then for me, you can't establish the workday or a routine.
Yeah, like that. I think those boundaries being so blurry is a pretty unfortunate reality of living here and doing this type of work.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I wasn't cracked up for it. For say whatever you want, but no.
Yeah, and I think I know you, and I know that those kind of separations and routine are something you really value. I think I'm cracked up for it. The harder part is saying goodbye to people that realize it's not for them. And I feel like I see the flaws in the place too, and how it affects my daily life and isn't always the healthiest or what I necessarily want my life to look like. If I had my druthers, if I could do this work and get paid for it and not have these type of habits. And
everybody wants it, but everybody wants what the top 1% of the 1% has.
Yeah.
And that is winning the lottery. If there's 100 A-list celebrities, there's probably 5,000 people that could be A-list celebrities.
Right.
And there's 5 million people that want to be A-list celebrities. So even to be qualified is to say something.
Yeah, totally.
As I often ask you to do, summarize the last 30 minutes of conversation we had in 2 sentences.
This is the time we got to do this, so might as well give it our all.
1.
Good luck, buddy.
Jack, I gotta be honest, you did set me up for a really pensive trip that's supposed to be fun here. Way to start off with this conversation about failure and self-doubt. That's awesome.
You told me to be genuine, so.
No, I know. I wanted you to be genuine. I did. No, I'm happy.
Do you regret it?
No, I don't regret it.
Sounds like you regret it.
I wouldn't do it another way if I could.
Okay, all right.
I wouldn't do it another way if I could. Because being genuine is the only way to be. But what a day to have a bad morning.
Yeah.
All right, two-wheel transient. Oh, yeah. Figuring it out. What other name would you come up with?
I think two-wheel transient is good.